Hello, folks. It's Saturday, April 23rd, 2022. Well, just want to show you some more equipment that I got. On my last video, I showed you the flight of ICARUS and Enter Sandman, which are two new dishes that I have. So I now have four outward pointing dishes and one that points straight up for me. So that's 5 bubbles on dishes. And let me show you right here. You can see how all this right here in the United States started shining like chrome every day. And if you look really close, it wasn't doing that before. All my last videos, this whole United States was white and hazy like all the rest of this stuff, which is this stuff right here, which is like pollution, all this white stuff. The United States was not clear like this, and it wasn't shining like this. This little shine you see? No, what I think that really is, I think that's the firmament that's clean, which I think my equipment is cleaning all the way up to the firmament, which is a dome that covers the earth, because we're not on a spinning ball in space, people. We're stationary, we're not moving. Everything spins around us, actually. So, and everything works by line of sight, because it's a level flat place. So that means my equipment goes all this far. That's more than 1,000 miles. And if the earth was curved, it wouldn't be able to go around the curve of the earth like that. So anyway, but it goes straight up because I'm pointing them. If you point the dishes at an angle, it's going to hit at the ceiling. It's at a certain point. So that's what I think this is. It's so clean that it's shining like chrome. Look at this. That's the equatorial view. Here's Texas right here. This is the Gulf of Mexico. This is Mexico right here. Okay. And the new dish that I have, which is Icarus, I have it pointing due east towards towards Florida, really. And if you look along the way from Houston, boom, you see this black hole right here. That black hole, that black indentation right there, is where it's actually hitting the firmament. That's the angle that it's hitting. So I'm pointing it up like that at 45 degrees. Boom, it hits up here, it cleans it, and it bounces back down over here somewhere. But this whole side right here is cleaning too. See how dark this whole coast is? It wasn't like that before. Okay, that's one dish going that way. I have another dish, which is Sandman, which I showed you is connected to a wand. It's pointing straight this way, towards like New York, this way. And you can see the trail that it's leaving. It's clearing this whole path. Okay? The other ones that I have are pointing northwest, this way. And west, really, towards California. Up a little bit. So there's two of them, one going this way and one going this way. And you can see right here, California, how it's all dark right now too. That's from my equipment. It wasn't like that before. Remember, California is one of the places that started smog and pollution, right? So they started doing that over there first. So it's going to be one of the hardest to clean. That's why it's taking this long. But look, this whole area here is getting darker now, and that's the water. The land is already clear. You can see how dark the whole United States is now. That's because of me. And if you notice too, the patterns of the weather, there's a rainstorm, the rains that come in every 2 weeks, so they just blow through. Every 2 weeks, boom, they're going to blow through, and it's going to be mild weather. And when hurricane season starts, I'm going to start pointing my equipment down this way, and no hurricanes are going to get in, or they're not going to hit Houston. But yeah, it's pretty clear, it's pretty clean, and I wanted to give you a little synopsis of what the ingredients in Orgone. Um, the ingredients in Orgone: ivermectin, pine needle tea, crystals, which includes quartz, shungite crystals, shungite elite, tourmaline, amethyst, rose, ruby, magnetite, iron powder, copper, uh, copper coated BBs, zinc coated BBs, aluminum glitter, copper wire, diatomaceous earth, charcoal, turmeric, boron, cloves, C60, nascent iodine, colloidal silver, FeO2 GANs, which is gas in aqueous nanostate, honey, pine needles, pineapple, orange skin, red onion, garlic, weed, holy water, witch oils, cleaners from a shaman, DNA, my DNA, so it connects back to me. Magic beads from a shaman, and for the bubble electronics, I have 2 Tesla coil wands that are high frequency facial wands, infrared lights, satellite dishes, and transformer to multiply it. It's just copper really wound up. And I wanted to tell you the story of how I found Orgone, because I actually had I was in trouble a couple of years ago. I had I pissed off a whole nest of witches from where I work, so they did a voodoo death curse on me, and I was dying. So I was trying to find ways to cure myself because the doctors didn't know anything, and so I had about 6 months left. So I found Orgone, and on the internet I was trying to find out how to get the bubbles out of the resin when you're making Orgone, and I happened to find this scientist that he was making Orgone bubbles. And what a bubble is, it's just basically a Tesla coil, a wand connected to it. But also the process of making Orgone, that guy showed me a lot. His name is Mike Emery. And the group is on Facebook. It's called Bubble Tech, Save the Planet. And it's about Orgone. So I want to give you these radar links too, so you can check every day. You can watch. And you can imagine, you can see, I'm not moving my equipment because I have 5 dishes now. So you can just always remember that I have 2 of them pointed this way, and 2 of them pointed this way. And I got the whole United States covered. And I said in my last video how this is going to be all black and clear. Well, it is now. The whole United States, and more than that, is shining like chrome. So and I hope somebody can explain that for me, because I think the explanation that I have is the best one, as far as the firmament shining, because I think that's a reflection of the sun or something. It does it during the day, and it only does it over the land. But the water is clear too. It's dark and clear, but it only shines over the land. So I think it's the firmament. I don't know, but either way, it wasn't like this before, and it's clear, and we're having normal, consistent weather now, and it's not too bad, too terrible. Also, in some of my other videos, you can check the water freeze test, where you can put any piece of Orgone in the freezer with underneath or anywhere near a glass with water in it. It has to be thick glass so it won't break, but you let it freeze with the Orgone underneath it, and it'll make a whirlwind. It'll make a tornado. It'll freeze it like that, and there's nothing else that does that. So you can imagine the Orgone does that to all the air molecules, the water molecules in your body, because you're made of mostly water. So, and water retains memory. So all of that has something to do with it, and it's all frequency based. So I'm working off of 432 and earth frequencies and healing frequencies. And that's what Orgone energy is. It's ki, it's prana. The inventor is Wilhelm Reich. Look up his story and how he was curing cancer with this. So I'm broadcasting this out. I'm actually healing people, and I'm curing cancer, and I'm changing the weather, clearing the air, and it also stops like tsunamis, volcanoes, stuff like that. It makes them lessen. any kind of natural disaster. Now, the way that you make orgone, whenever you're making the resin and the molds, the way that the scientists explained to me how to do it, because he's Mike Emery, he's a spiritual physicist scientist. So he explained how the physics works of how orgone is actually creating energy, not through the piezoelectric part of it squeezing the crystals, but the actual part of the energy that heals is from entrapped archons. So when you're making it, you're supposed to be in a good state of mind, and you're supposed to meditate, and you're supposed to imagine you're on a DNA strand on a staircase, and you're dancing up it, and then these girls will come down and dance with you, and those are the archons, and you basically just dance with them, and you just twirl them off the edge, and they don't die or nothing like that. It changes them, it captures them. So yeah, it's like reversing a curse. It's like a curse reversal is all it is. But if you want to explain it in physics terms, so if you want to know details. So, and while you're doing that, it's supposed to tell you telepathy-wise what its name is. So once you know it, like a demon, once you know its name and you call it out by name, then you've already conquered it. So that's another clue right there for you. All these things, they gave me their names. Like ICARUS, like Sandman, like Gilgamesh. And if you look some of those up, they're probably like, some kind of gods or something like that. I don't know, but I didn't just make it up. It came to me. So that's about all that I want to touch on right now, and just want to show you what's going on, because it's going hard, baby. And you see how clean it is. Well, it's gonna keep doing like that. And since I have such far reach on it, you can see on this equatorial view. I don't know if you can see with this, but I'll leave the link for this. You can check all the views on here. This is a pretty good site. It's called weather.cod.edu, and you can check global, continental, regional, sub-regional. I mean, you can zoom in so far that it's ridiculous. So I'll leave the links in. You can check it yourself every day and just see how it's going, and I'll make videos as I see fit. But for now, just know that this is working, and it's cleaning. And I don't know if you guys can feel it or not, but it's also reaching you, people, and everything, all biology. So thank you. Have a good day. Signing off.